So, if telomeres aren't the answer to, or even the measurement of, the years we have remaining on this earth, what can we do to improve our longevity? Here's the 5 most effective ways to slow aging. I think the best place to start this video is by first defining aging, the causes of aging, and then we can move on to the ways in which you can slow, or to some extent and in a limited capacity, reverse the aging process. Entropy always wins. Each multicellular organism using energy from the sun is able to develop and maintain its identity only for so long. Then deterioration prevails over synthesis and the organism ages. Aging can be defined as a time-related deterioration of the physiological functions necessary for survival and fertility. The characteristics of aging, as distinguished from diseases of aging, such as cancer and heart disease, affect all individuals of a species. Recent studies have indicated that there are genetic components to senescence, and that the genetically determined lifespan characteristic of a species can be modulated by altering genes or diet. The maximum lifespan is a characteristic of the species. It's the number of years a member of that species has been known to survive. The maximum human lifespan is estimated to be 121 years. The lifespans of tortoises and lake trout, on the other hand, are both unknown, but are estimated to be more than 150 years. The maximum lifespan of a domestic dog is about 20 years, and that of a laboratory mouse is 4.5 years. However, a person cannot expect to live 121 years, it's unrealistic, and most mice in the wild don't live to celebrate their first birthday. The life expectancy, or the amount of time that a member of species can expect to live, is not characteristic of species but of populations. It's usually defined as the age at which half the population still survives. A baby born in England in the 1780s could expect to live to be 35 years old. In Massachusetts, during that same time, the life expectancy was just 28 years. This was a normal range of life expectancy for most human race at this time. Even today, the life expectancy in some areas of the world, Cambodia, Togo, Afghanistan, and several other countries, is less than 40 years old. In the United States, a child born in 1986 can expect to live 71 years if male and 78 years if female. So now we understand what aging is and what this means in respect of life expectancy, and now we're all suitably depressed as a result, let's look more closely at the actual causes of aging. One major theory sees our metabolism as the cause of our aging. According to this theory, aging is a byproduct of normal metabolism. No mutations are required. About 2 to 3% of the oxygen atoms taken up by the mitochondria are reduced insufficiently to create reactive oxygen species, or ROS for short. These ROS include the superoxide ion, the hydroxyl radical, and hydrogen peroxide. ROS can oxidize and damage cell membranes, proteins, and nucleic acids. Evidence for this theory includes the observation that Drosophila, or fruit flies, that overexpress enzymes that destroy ROS, catalase, which degrades peroxide, and superoxide dismutase, live 30 to 40% longer than do controls. General wear and tear and genetic instability. Wear and tear theories of aging are among the oldest hypotheses proposed to account for the general senescent phenotype. As one gets older, small traumas to the body build up, point mutations increase in number, and the efficiencies of the enzymes encoded by our genes decrease. Moreover, if a mutation occurred in a part of the protein synthetic apparatus, the cell would make a large percentage of faulty proteins. If mutations arose in the DNA synthesizing enzymes, the rate of mutations would be expected to increase markedly, and the scientists Murray and Holliday in 1981 have documented such faulty DNA polymerases in senescent cells. Likewise, DNA repair may be important in preventing senescence, and species whose members' cells have more efficient DNA repair enzymes live longer. Moreover, genetic defects in DNA repair enzymes can produce premature aging syndromes in humans, as found by Yu et al. In 1996 and Sun et al. In 1998. Another theory of the causes of aging is that of telomere length and what this means for cell division. Telomeres are repeated DNA sequences at the end of chromosomes. They're not replicated by DNA polymerase, and they will shorten at each cell division unless they're maintained by telomerase. Telomerase adds the telomere onto the chromosome at each cell division. Most mammalian somatic tissues lack telomerase, so it's been proposed that telomere shortening can be a clock that eventually prohibits the cells from dividing anymore. When human fibroblasts are cultured, they can divide only a certain number of times and the telomeres shorten. If these cells are made to express telomerase, they can continue dividing. However, there's no correlation between telomere length and the lifespan of an animal. Humans have much shorter telomeres than mice but live a lot longer. Nor is there a correlation between human telomere length and a person's age. Telomerase deficient mice do not show profound aging effects, which we would expect if telomerase were the major factor in determining the rate of aging. It has been suggested that telomere-dependent inhibition of cell division might serve primarily as a defense against cancer rather than as a kind of aging clock. Even the very people who discovered the existence of telomerase, Nobel Prize winners Elizabeth H. Blackburn, Carol W. Grieder, and Jack W. Szostak, advise of the serious side effects of having too much telomerase in your system, the fact that this can lead to serious cancers, and also acknowledge the lack of scientific correlation between human lifespan and telomere length, beyond the extreme scenario where telomeres are depleted completely and therefore prevent continued cell division. So, if telomeres aren't the answer to, or even the measurement of, the years we have remaining on this earth, what can we do to improve our longevity? Here's the 5 most effective ways to slow aging. Number 1, receive sufficient vitamin E and vitamin C. This relates back to the first cause of aging that we explored regarding reactive oxygen species, or ROS for short. Vitamin E and vitamin C both have strong antioxidant properties and are both therefore capable of scavenging ROS and reducing the oxidation of cellular molecules, thus alleviating OS. Antioxidants obtained from the diet are essential in supplying endogenous antioxidants for the neutralization of OS. Piecing these two pieces of information together, the fact that ROS contributes to aging and also the occurrence of disease, and the fact that vitamin C and E suppress ROS, points firmly to the indication that vitamin C and vitamin E intake, either through diet or supplementation, could have a positive effect on longevity. Number 2, caloric restriction, my least favourite way to reduce aging. I love food. A recent 2022 study by neuroscientists at the Peter O'Donnell Jr. Brain Institute examined the effects of both caloric restriction and time-restricted eating on mice, and found that mice that ate twice as much and whenever they wanted lived nearly 800 days median lifespan, an average period for their species. Restricting calories but making food available around the clock extended their lives only 10% to 875 days, despite restricting calories by 30 to 40%. Restricting this reduced calorie diet to the inactive period of the circadian cycle boosted lifespan by nearly 20% to an average of 959 days. This is just one of the many studies conducted around the correlation between longevity and both time-restricted and calorie-restricted eating, with most evidence pointing to the most beneficial effect being seen when exercising both time and caloric restriction simultaneously. Number 3, exercise. Harvard Medical School published a paper in 2014 expressing the many proven benefits of exercising versus aging. They summarised this evidence clearly in a table that showed the typical effects of aging on the heart and circulation, blood, lungs, bones, muscles, metabolism, and much more, and then succinctly mirrored the effect of aging on each aspect of health with the effect of exercise. It was found that out of 23 negative health effects of regular aging, exercise had the reverse effect on 19 of these same aspects of health, indicating much of the aging process can be slowed or at least controlled somewhat through regular physical activity. And in terms of the physical activity studied by Harvard Medical School, they looked at both cardiovascular and resistance training. So a balance of these two approaches is likely to produce the best results in terms of combating the aging process. 4, antioxidants. We spoke earlier about vitamin C and vitamin E and their effect on slowing the aging process by suppressing ROS. However, are these the most impactful antioxidants when it comes to reducing the impact of ROS? A 2019 study titled Protective Effect of Glutathione Against Oxidative Stress-Induced Cytotoxicity in Raw 264.7 Macrophages Through Activating the Nuclear Factor Erythroid 2 related factor 2 heme oxygenase 1 pathway found that H2O2 induced cytotoxicity and ROS generation was significantly reversed by glutathione. That was the longest title I've ever heard in my life. Therefore, supplementing with glutathione or glutathione precursors may well, amongst numerous other health benefits such as protection against various diseases, help to slow the aging process insofar as minimizing the impact of ROS on the body. 5. Genetics. Definitely the least actionable way to slow or reverse the aging process, but important to acknowledge nonetheless, is the effect that genetics can have on your lifespan. It's estimated that about 25% of the variation in human lifespan is determined by genetics, but which genes and how they contribute to longevity are not well understood, unfortunately. However, genes determine our predisposition to life-threatening conditions, so if you're able to analyse your family history of health, it will help you to identify areas in which you can take proactive action to offset or minimise any potential predispositions, whether that be through supplementation, dietary or lifestyle changes. Genome sequencing can also help you dig deeper into your genetic makeup and understand potential health risks that may stem from your DNA. We're all getting older and unfortunately we don't yet know how to stop the aging process, and maybe we never will, but there are definite science-backed ways of at least slowing the process to deliver maximum longevity. I hope this video helps you to identify these methods and implement them in your own lifestyle and routines. In the description of the video below, we've recommended a few resources and links to products that are mentioned in this video, such as vitamin C, vitamin E, glutathione and so on. These are from brands we've tried, tested and trust, so will hopefully help you to shortcut the brand or product selection process if you do choose to start supplementing with any of these. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and subscribe by clicking the button below this video, and don't forget to also hit the bell symbol when you subscribe so that you're alerted whenever we post new health and wellness videos. Thanks for watching.